All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So I got a request to make a video about one of the early mass monsters, Jean-Pierre Fux. This was a guy who competed in the late 90s and also the early 2000s, who was pretty famous for a big squat accident that he had during a photo shoot with Flex magazine, I believe. So Jean-Pierre Fux was a guy, he was 6'2", 275 pounds on stage, and notorious for getting huge in the off-season, 315 to 325 pounds. Now, actually, for 6'2", 275 pounds on stage isn't that insane of a stage weight, but like I said, he was most notorious for how big he looked walking around in the off-season. So this guy was kind of an up-and-down guy in terms of consistency with his placings. His worst placing ever was in 2001 at the Night of Champions, where he placed 23rd. But his best placing was in 1997, where he placed 7th at the Olympia, which is a pretty damn good placing for those 90s Olympias, because those are some of the best Olympias in terms of competitive lineups of all time. So if we talk about his injury a little bit, the injury took place during a photo shoot for a magazine. Like I said, he had 675 pounds on the bar. He was squatting it. The plates were not fake. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of magazines did use fake plates, but for this particular photo shoot, Jean-Pierre claims that these plates were 100% legitimate. So he was going down for the squat, and he basically just completely fell down with the weight super fast before the spotters could catch him. And the injury ended up being his right leg, the patella tendon completely snapped. And his left leg, all 4 of the quad muscles were torn. So this was basically a career-ending injury for him. So he kind of, a lot of people say he was kind of taken before his prime. But if you look at his placings and you look at his physique over time, I think he was actually kind of on the decline. And he was actually one of the first cases where you could start to see a little bit of Palumboism starting to happen. So the people that say, you know, this squat injury took him out before he was able to do any damage, I don't really think that's true. Because I think his best placings and his best looks were kind of in the late 90s. And then as he got older and as we got more into the 2000s, he started to place worse and worse. And his physique started to look more and more blown out. And started to look more and more like he was getting some Palumboism. So I just wanted to make a quick video on this guy because I've been getting a lot of requests to talk about it. But again, his name is Jean-Pierre Fux, and he weighed 275 pounds on stage, and he's commonly known as one of the original mass monsters from those 90s era. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.